So I would feel terrified if I wasn't working like on back to back, which was great because I was young and productive and it was awesome.
Scarlett Johansson's bombshell disclosure about Ryan Reynolds. The phrase alone sends shivers down the spines of Hollywood executives. Until recently, the very notion of Scarlett and Ryan, two former spouses, locked in any sort of public quarrel, let alone a scandal of this magnitude, would have seemed utterly far-fetched. After all, their marriage, though relatively short-lived, was an event consigned to the annals of Hollywood history, associated with an image of amicable parting, mutual respect, and a mature understanding. But with Scarlett stepping forward, casting aside years of carefully constructed neutrality, could the dynamic truly be that amicable? What darknesses had been simmering beneath the surface, hidden from the adoring gaze of the public? And what does it say about Ryan's behind-the-scenes persona, the side of him that operates far from the cameras and the witty social media posts that we never truly knew? This isn't just about dredging up a past relationship, it's about power, and control the narrative.
A lot of it's my real-life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some...
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which one? Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
Tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed it.
His suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
To fully grasp the sheer magnitude and devastating potential of Scarlett's earth-shattering revelations, we need to rewind the clock and revisit the initial controversy that ignited this entire chain of events. The simmering conflict involving Blake Lively, a radiant star known for her charisma and on-screen presence, and Justin Baldoni, a multi-talented filmmaker known for championing empathy-driven stories. Justin, taking on the daunting task of juggling multiple responsibilities as director, co-writer, and lead actor on a high-profile film project, had seemingly earned the simmering ire of his leading lady Blake. Whispers of backstage drama, creative clashes, and growing tensions soon escalated into full-blown accusations, with Blake boldly alleging that Justin was intentionally planting negative articles about her in the tabloids, all in a Machiavellian attempt to manipulate public opinion and undermine her position. It quickly devolved into a messy and highly public case of he said, she said, with both sides digging in their heels and refusing to budge. The tabloids, sensing blood in the water, descended like a flock of vultures, eager to feast on every salacious detail and amplify the drama to unprecedented heights. The truth, if it ever fully surfaces from the depths of rumor and innuendo, promises to be a doozy, a complex and nuanced story far more captivating and disturbing than any Hollywood script. And then, like a thunderclap on a seemingly calm day, came the astonishing twist that no one, not even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders, could have predicted. Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife, a figure largely absent from the drama and seemingly uninterested in revisiting her past with the comedic superstar, stepped forward, armed with a trove of damning evidence that threatened to rewrite the entire narrative and expose a shocking truth about Ryan Reynolds' methods and motivations. Her revelations stretched well beyond personal history and petty squabbles. They reached into the heart of the Reynolds-Lively marriage, touching on conflicts involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, revealing alleged manipulations, strategic leaks, and calculated power plays that few ever guessed were part of Ryan's repertoire. The immediate burning question on everyone's lips: how did she of all people, the woman who had seemingly moved on and built a successful career far removed from her past relationship with Reynolds, get her hands on such explosive information? Had she been secretly holding on to this for years, waiting for the opportune moment to strike? Was she driven by a long, simmering sense of betrayal? Was she planning to unleash this all along, carefully orchestrating a takedown of her former spouse? Or was she simply motivated by a sense of moral obligation, a desire to expose injustice and protect those who were being unfairly targeted?
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
According to Scarlett, Speaking with a calm but resolute demeanor that conveyed both conviction and a deep sense of unease, she had come into possession of text exchanges, emails, and digital correspondences that drew a direct and undeniable line from Ryan to the alleged manipulations at the heart of Blake's conflict with Justin. These were not vague rumors or secondhand whispers. She claimed to have access to meticulously documented files, complete with timestamps, direct statements, and contextual details that left little doubt as to who was orchestrating what, who was pulling the strings behind the scenes, and who was ultimately responsible for the turmoil that had engulfed the film project and threatened to destroy careers. The discovery, she emphasized, was not something she had actively sought out, but rather something that had fallen into her lap, compelling her to act. The revelation instantly cast Ryan, a figure almost universally beloved for his quick wit, self-deprecating humor, and seemingly genuine charm, in a significantly harsher and far more troubling light, forcing onlookers to reconsider everything they thought they knew about him. The public was forced to reevaluate how deep the lines of control might have run behind Blake's initial complaints, and to question the true nature of the Reynolds' lively marriage. It's not like she wouldn't know his secrets. She would be privy to things the public would not be, making her testimony more credible. Hollywood was left reeling, struggling to reconcile the two seemingly irreconcilable images of Ryan Reynolds, the charming, funny, and philanthropic movie star that they had come to adore, with the one now characterized in these new disclosures, seemingly engaged in calculated behind-the-scenes maneuvering, manipulating the media, and pulling strings to help Blake exert influence and control over a film project that wasn't even his. The general population was also shocked, struggling to reconcile the Ryan they had grown to love with the possibility that he was, in fact, a master manipulator. But at this time, everything is mere speculation and is yet to be proven. Was there an evil mastermind hidden behind his kind eyes? A Machiavellian strategist lurking beneath the surface of his charismatic persona? And what about Blake? Was she a knowing participant in this alleged scheme? A willing accomplice in Ryan's machinations? Was she a puppet in Ryan's world, dancing to his tune and blindly following his instructions? Or was she, too, a victim of his controlling nature, manipulated and exploited for his own purposes? And what happened between her and Scarlett? What is the relationship really like behind closed doors? These are the questions that quickly spread across.
Fans felt betrayed, suggesting that the star they'd admired had
Justin Baldoni, who had previously been largely cast in the role of a difficult or controlling director, a narrative that had unfairly tarnished his reputation and threatened to derail his career, suddenly found himself basking in a new, far more sympathetic light. Baldoni, to his immense credit, addressed the matter with remarkable measured calm, refusing to stoop to the level of personal attacks or sensationalism. He'd already been painstakingly releasing fragments of evidence, emails, and text messages that subtly but effectively challenged Blake's portrayal of him as dismissive or inconsiderate, demonstrating that his creative vision had always been driven by a desire to create a collaborative and inclusive environment. Now, with Scarlett's added data and explosive revelations, the story grew exponentially more expansive, transforming from a tense disagreement between director and lead star into something far more insidious and troubling. A coordinated campaign, allegedly orchestrated by Ryan Reynolds himself, to undermine Baldoni's reputation, sabotage his career, and seize control of the film project. Can we ever look at him the same? Is he going to press charges for what has happened? He has been through so much already. What will be next? The emotional fallout for Blake became even more pronounced as her carefully constructed image as a relatable and down-to-earth star began to crumble under the weight of the mounting evidence. Initially, her attorney, known for her unwavering loyalty and her ability to spin even the most damaging situations, had publicly rallied around her storyline, defending her actions and dismissing the rumors as baseless gossip. But then, in an extraordinary and highly unusual twist, that very attorney abruptly and publicly ceased representing her, issuing a terse but pointed public statement that directly questioned Blake's version of events and hinted at the existence of undisclosed information that she could no longer ethically ignore. This lawyer, known for deftly handling the legal crises of major stars and for maintaining the utmost discretion, walked away, citing a fundamental clash between the evidence at hand and Blake's persistent claims, a move that sent shockwaves throughout Hollywood and signaled that something truly significant and deeply troubling had transpired behind closed doors. Did the lawyer learn too much, uncovering secrets that she was unwilling to carry? And how did this help set Scarlett off? Was this a coordinated effort?
Always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. Like, this is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I mean, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have 1 on my list. Oh. I didn't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, okay, think of someone. Think of someone. Bob Newhart. I don't know.
Questions immediately swirled about potential legal repercussions, with industry insiders and legal analysts speculating about the possibility of lawsuits, defamation claims, and potential criminal charges being filed in the wake of Scarlett's explosive revelations. Would Justin Baldoni, feeling vindicated and eager to restore his tarnished reputation, file a lawsuit against Ryan and Blake, accusing them of defamation, libel, and intentional interference with his career? Would the production studio, facing significant financial losses and a severely damaged project, seek legal recourse against any of the parties involved? Would Scarlett, by releasing private communications and publicly accusing Ryan of orchestrating a smear campaign, open herself up to a countersuit? So far, no party has escalated matters to a formal legal battle, but attorneys on every side keep watchful eyes on the ongoing revelations, carefully assessing the potential risks and rewards of litigation. The stakes are incredibly high, with the potential for immense financial damages and irreparable harm to all parties involved. What's the holdup? What really happened? And who will be the first to make a move? Scarlett's actions, as one Hollywood insider aptly put it, have changed the game and sent a clear message to all those who operate in the shadows of the entertainment industry. There's now increased awareness that these things, these manipulations, these attempts to control the narrative can and will be brought to light, no matter how powerful or well-connected the perpetrators may be. Her involvement has introduced a new layer of responsibility, not only for celebrities and public figures, but also for the entire ecosystem of agents, publicists, and lawyers who often enable and facilitate this type of behavior. Could this be the new normal? A turning point where ethical conduct and accountability finally take precedence over protecting power and preserving image? And what are couples really hiding from each other? What would be next?
Fans felt betrayed, suggesting that the star they'd admired had.
But what about Ryan and Scarlett? Can they ever move on from this? What was their relationship really like? What does this mean for the power couple of Hollywood, and what will be the long-term effects of their actions? Are there any winners in this scenario? And what will be next in this wild story? Only time will tell. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.